Namaste, yogis. Glad you could join me tonight. So I just want to summarize a couple of the key shlokas or sutras in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. So essentially, Patanjali says that yoga is learning how to control the mind. And he goes on to say that there's two main ways to do this, right? Which is practice and non-attachment. So he says, of these two, effort towards steadiness of mind is the practice. And this practice becomes firmly grounded when well attended to for a long time, without break, and in all earnestness. Finally, he says that with a restless mind, you cannot have steady practice. And this is interesting because we're trying to practice to get a steady mind. And then he says, with a restless mind, you can't have a steady practice. So what do? Right? We have this restless mind. We know in order to calm it down, we need to practice, but we can't stay with our consistent practice because we have this restless mind. So, and I go through this all the time, and it ultimately comes down to asking myself about my priorities. So what are my priorities? Is this yoga practice something I do just to stay in shape? Is it, what is this thing? Am I going to put in that effort? Or is this just something that I do from time to time? This is something that we have to ask ourselves. All the teachings that I've heard over the years that struck me in the heart, was that just nothing? All the teachers that have struck my heart, was that just nothing? All the experiences I've had, spiritual experiences, was that just coincidence? So you have to ask yourself, why do we do this? Why do we practice? And we start to understand that with this consistent practice, steady practice, the mind will start to become a useful tool in our lives. Okay? Because when it's not controlled, it's basically in control. And I think when we don't have that steady practice, this is a problem we come up against with this mind. And like Patanjali said, the whole purpose of yoga is to control the mind. So, eventually we have to come to a realization that, it's basically one of willpower. Is this something that we want to do? Is this something that we want to dedicate ourselves to? And then basically doing it. I mean, it's as simple as that. I find for me, getting in a regular practice means setting times aside. So in the morning, sitting practice or mantra practice, maybe it's in the evening, but setting aside a time and saying, for the next week at least, maybe not say the whole year or the whole month, let's just do a week. Once a day, twice a day, whatever it is. And if mantra is not your thing, maybe it's a breathing practice, following your breath. And we're all kind of inclined towards certain practices. So that's what I would recommend this week. What's one practice you can commit to every single day for a week? And then with a scientific mind, take a look at what your experience is at the end of that week. And what you find is with consistent practice, that monkey mind with these modifications of the mind, these fluctuations, things we're trying to control, with that practice, those start to settle down and we start to enter a more natural, restful, awake state. And ultimately it feels good, right? There's one thing we all have in common. It's we want to feel better, more relaxed, more calm. Eventually with this practice, it starts out with the 5 minutes on the mat, or maybe it's the hour-long hatha yoga session. But eventually, the steady practice, consistent practice, this is something that we do throughout the day. So throughout the practice tonight, we are going to focus on awareness, bringing the mind to one point. So we train our spiritual muscles to become more aware, present, paying attention. And as you do this more and more and more, you find throughout the day that you are more in the present moment. You know, it's easy to set aside the time and say, I'm going to use this to focus my mind, center my mind, be in the present moment. And the mind does its thing because of all the conditioning and a lot of factors, right? Things we've eaten, the amount of sleep we've gotten, the mind goes and does its own thing. And then we say, oh, I'm not good at this. I'm not a yogi. I can't. So then you go about your day. The true practice is realizing and recognizing when the mind has gone astray and bringing it back to the center. And you always want to have a central point of awareness. So for thousands of years, we've used the breath because it's free, it's portable, and not only can we train the awareness with it, but it has all these other benefits that come with it as well, right? The physiological, psychological, energetic benefits of doing some sort of awareness practice with the breath. So we'll start that right now. Sitting up straight, relax your shoulders. So we'll practice the Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath, the yogic breath. So this is initiated with the diaphragm, belly breathing. So as you inhale, you can feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, feel the belly button get closer towards the spine. And as we inhale and exhale, we're not allowing all the air just to flow freely, we're restricting it. This will make the breath slightly audible. And almost look at it like a game, trying to make that perfect breath. A long inhale, that exhale even slightly longer. How much can you constrict your breath where you're not doing it so much where we're not taking in air, but not so little where the air just flows freely. So you start listening to the sound as it becomes audible as you restrict that, almost like pinching a straw where your windpipe is. And the practice is simple. We inhale, fill our bellies with air, and then our chest. When we can't take in any more air, we exhale, almost like sitting on an inflatable air mattress, just comes out nice and slow as the pressure from the diaphragm pushes all the air out. Listening to the sound. And when the mind wanders, coming back to the breath, to the sound of the breath. Practicing, training those awareness muscles. Training ourselves to pay attention. And as we do this throughout the practice, and we have a consistent practice every day, start small, 5-10 minutes. You'll notice that that monkey mind, that overactive mind, that's the thing that keeps us from practicing in the first place, becomes less and less of a barrier. It becomes more and more of a tool. And we start taking more control back of our lives, how we feel, how we act towards ourselves and others. We start to live our lives more like a yogi, at peace, not reacting, but responding to situations, having compassion for ourselves and others, slowing things down, enjoying the small things in life that bring us joy, appreciative of the things we have, hyper-focused on our goals and where we're heading, what needs to be done to get us there, setting our priorities. But all this started with this training, this awareness training. And as you train the mind to be in the present moment, you're going to find all these areas in your life start to improve. It's almost like the better it gets, the better it gets, right? Because we know the opposite. When we don't practice, the worse it gets, the worse it gets. We start getting these funks, right? So we don't practice, the funk gets worse. Our mind gets stuck, our bodies get tight. Okay, but all this gets resolved with this consistent practice. The mental state improves, energy levels improve, and we as a human being improve as well. Because we should be attempting to perfect our humanness in this lifetime. And as we begin to do this, we start to remember that who we are is not just as humanness, but ultimately spirit. And as those barriers start to come down and down and down, that light, that spirit that is who we are, which animates us, starts to take expression. And then we see our true gifts start to express in this human life. All right. Let's start by warming up a little bit. The neck. So take your chin down to your chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, back center. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Feel the elongation between the left ear and the left shoulder. Inhale, back center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Really try to create that space between your ear and your shoulder, maybe using your left hand, pulling your shoulder down as that head falls further to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. And back up. Looking over your right shoulder, turn your head. Inhale, center. Exhale, look to the left. Inhale, center. And then we're going to do some head rotation, but we're not going to do full 360s. They have circles. So chin to chest. Finish where we were before, right ear, right shoulder. Bring the head back down. At your own pace, back and forth. And back center. Big shoulder circles, one direction. Or bring your shoulder blades back together as your arms go back. And reverse. Really try to squeeze those shoulder blades together as you come back. And big circles now. The arms moving in one direction. Maybe tilt your head to the left. And to the right. Just feel how Now the movement of the shoulders, as we get more blood flowing in that region, will allow the neck to loosen up. And reverse. Same thing, maybe tilt your head one direction, other direction. And bring your right arm up across your body. Straight arm. Pull the right arm towards the chest and look over your right shoulder. Release, other side. And release. Put your left hand on the ground, right hand goes up as you inhale. Exhale, reaching towards the left side. Bring that left ear down to your left shoulder. Create that space on the right side once again. Focus on loosening up those neck muscles. You exhale, letting go of any tension. And inhale up. And exhale, other side. Try to bring that right ear down towards the ground. Nice stretch in that left side from the hip, all the way through the armpit. And inhale up. Exhale, other side. Inhale up. Exhale. And back center. If you're on a cushion, you take that out. Put your feet straight out. Sitting Dandasana. Toes are up towards the ceiling. Feet are flexed. Thighs are engaged. Core is engaged. Belly button tucked in towards the spine. Take an inhale, bring your shoulders up. As you exhale, bring them back and down. One straight line from your tailbone to the crown of your skull. Shoulders are back down, relaxed. Core is engaged. So we're not moving, it's a static pose. We're fine. Sit here for a minute or two and your body will start to shake because your thighs are engaged. Core holding yourself up. Practice our breathing. Deep inhale. Exhale, in and out through the nose. Next inhale, arms come up overhead. Straight spine, hinge forward at the hips. So you can't go any further. Bring the hands down towards your shins. Maybe you can touch your toes. That nice stretch in the hamstrings. Opening of the lower back. Next exhale, maybe bring your chin down towards your chest, rounding your spine. Two more cycles of breath. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Bring your complete awareness to the mat, to your body, to your breath. Every time the mind wanders, back to the breath. Very simple practice. And inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands come down, fingers facing forward, reverse plank. Lift your hips up off the ground. Feels okay in your neck. Allow your head to hang back. And exhale down. Inhale, arms come up overhead. One more time. Reaching out towards the feet. 3 full cycles of breath. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift yourself up. And exhale down. Spread those legs out wide into a V. Feet are flexed, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Some lights on here. Interlock your fingers. Arms come up overhead. As you exhale, reach forward, push as far away as you can, keeping those legs straight. Toes are flexed. Bring the hands down towards the ground. Release your hands and reach forward, keeping those feet flexed. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Imagine your one job is quality control of your breathing. Every breath, you're making a little report. Did the lungs fill completely? Did they empty completely? Did I hear the audible breath? Was it slow, under control? Was it the same pace as the previous breath? Was the exhale slightly longer than the inhale? Every time, keeping the mind busy with this one task. It's almost like you got to trick the mind. You got to give it something to do. Bring that left elbow down to the left knee. Bring the right shoulder back. Inhale, right arm comes up. As you exhale, reach forward towards that left leg. Trying to keep that right shoulder pulled back. Get that full stretch on the right side. Maybe that left ear comes down a little bit towards your knee. Get that stretch on the right side of your neck. And inhale, right arm goes up. Exhale, right elbow towards right knee. Forearm comes down. Inhale, left arm goes up. And as we exhale, reaching that left arm towards the right leg, keeping that left shoulder pulled back. Maybe drop that right ear down towards your right knee. And inhale back up. As you interlock your hands, we're going to make big circles. Exhale down towards one leg. Keep exhaling till you cross center line. Now we're starting to come up as we inhale. Going back, strong core as far as you can, leaning back. Then exhale down. Inhale up, nice and slow, under control. Really extend those arms out so you can feel that stretch in your shoulder blade area as you come down. You're making a big hoop with your arms. I find to get the best stretch when my palms are facing down when I come forward. Listen to your body. See what it needs. and reverse. So these bodies are vehicles, the housing for our spirits during this lifetime. If we don't take care of them, the quality of the ride won't be that great, and the shelf life won't be that great either. So by doing this consistent practice, something that we can do all the days on this earth, one of the few activities we can do late into our twilight years. We're increasing our flexibility, our balance, moving that blood, allowing energy to flow as we incorporate our breathing, having a calm, peaceful mind, the ultimate exercise for the body, mind, and spirit. And just go back and forth, left foot to right foot. As you get to one side, feel that stretch in the hip. Come back to the other side. And listen to your body. Maybe go back and forth. Maybe stop at one leg or the other. And bring those hands back center, reach out forward. And come back up. Right foot comes in towards the groin. Left foot is out and extended. Arms come up overhead, inhale. Turn towards the extended leg, straight spine, hinge forward at the hips. Shoulders are squared with the ground. Maybe your hands are by your knee, or a shin, or a toes. Whatever feels right. And once again, extend that left arm out. Maybe grab the big toe. Right arm comes up. Take a deep inhale. And bring that left ear down a little bit. Feel that nice stretch in the neck as you exhale. Reaching forward towards the extended leg. Inhale, right arm comes up. Pushing into the ground, counter stretch. And back down to the ground. Other side. Right foot's out, left foot in. Both sit bones on the ground, arms come up overhead, inhale. Turn towards the extended leg, hinge forward at the hips. How's your breath quality control going? Have you been listening? Feeling the fullness of your inhales and exhales? Have you been watching your mind as you breathe? Allowing thoughts to pass? Coming back to the breath when needed? Grab that big toe, inhale. Left arm goes up. And ready, exhale. Right ear goes down to right shoulder. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, pushing into the ground. Counter stretch. And back down. So come on to all fours. Tabletop position. Hands are directly under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Look between your legs. You can't see your feet because they're behind your thighs. Spine parallel with the ground. Take an inhale as the chin goes up, belly goes down. You get that curvature in the spine. As you exhale, spine goes up, chin goes down to your chest. And flow with your own breath. Getting blood and nutrients moving up and down the spine. Lubricating your discs. So throughout the day, the spine does not get much love. Not a whole lot of rotations, extensions, flexion. We're sitting in a computer. And keeping a healthy spine is vitally important to maintaining a healthy body. So it's good even if you do this as a practice. Very simple. Following your breath, you can really exaggerate the inhales and exhales. The inhale as we come up. Exhale. And back to tabletop. Push your hips back towards your heels. Hands come out in front. Forearms come on the ground. And we're going to hover above the ground as we come forward. As we inhale, lift into an extended arm cobra. So our pelvis is on the ground. Arms are locked or have a slight bend in the elbows. Our gaze is up, chin is up. As we exhale, we're going to push back into that child's pose. On the inhale, coming back into cobra. And back. Imagine waking up, doing cat-cow, and a simple exercise like this for 5 or 10 minutes. Exaggerating the inhale as you come into cobra. Exhale as you push back, getting ready for the day. Before you check your emails, before you check the weather, knowing that you set the time aside for this practice to center the mind and get prepared for the day. Last one. And back to all fours. Maybe when you practice, you take a notebook out, and if you take teachings from 5 different teachers, maybe there's 1 or 2 things you really like that each of the teachers do. And then you put yourself together a little 5, 10, 15, 20-minute routine that you can do. It's personalized for you every morning. Take a deep inhale, right arm comes up, and extend through. Shoulder down to the ground. Take that left hand and bring it back behind you. Try to pull that left shoulder back. And left hand down, inhale, right arm up. And back down, other side. Inhale, left arm up. And reach through. Shoulder down. Inhale, left arm back up. Now let's do one more time. Forgot to do the rotation. Right arm goes back. And back down to the ground. And back in tabletop. So let's sit Japanese style or Indian style or cross-legged if it doesn't feel good on your knees. Loosen up these wrists a little bit, just shake them out. Bring your arms up shoulder height. Rotations in one direction. Reverse. Bring your palm forward. Reach underneath, grab your thumb. Fingers spread wide. So gently pulling back on the thumb to the point where you feel a good stretch, never to pain. And then go down one finger at a time. Pointer, middle, ring, pinky. Shake it out. Other side, left palm forward. Grab your thumb. Fingers spread wide. Pointer, middle, ring, pinky. Shake it out. Right arm up, shoulder height, make a fist. Point the fist down towards the ground. And use the left hand, pulling those fingers in towards your forearm. Maybe lower the wrist down towards your leg. Now you're feeling that stretch in the top side of your forearm. And shake it out. Other side, left arm up, make a fist, point it down. And shake it out. All right. Let's come to the top of the mat. Standing. So mountain pose, Tadasana. Big toes are touching, heels are slightly apart. Thighs are engaged. Core is engaged. Inhale, bring your shoulders up. As you exhale, bring them back and down. So you want maximum distance between your shoulders and your ears. You don't want tight shoulders being pulled up. Relaxed. Palms can be facing towards the front or your side. So imagine there's a strong wind and you're trying to hold your ground. Like a mountain that's unfazed. You get more stability and strength as you focus on your breath. The air flows into the core of the mountain. And exhale. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine's parallel with the ground. Tailbone and your head are reaching away from each other, elongating your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the right foot back. 90-degree bend to the left. Right leg is straight. Bring the right knee down. Inhale, arms come up, Anjaneyasana. Ears between your elbows, the gaze is up. Exhale, hands come down. Right knee comes up. Left foot goes back. This round, we're going to go down to our knees. Push back like we're going in a child's pose. And Ashtanasana. Chin and chest come down on the ground. Tailbones up in the air. And inhale into Cobra. This time, we don't extend our arms. In fact, the hands don't even touch the ground. Use the strength of our back and our core to lift ourselves up off the ground. Next exhale, pushing into the ground. Curling toes under.
Bring the right foot up. Then between your hands, step forward. Left knee goes down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come down. Left knee comes up. Stepping forward. And inhale, head's the last to come up. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg goes back. Left knee down. Inhale, arms come up. Inhale. Gaze is up. Ears between our elbows. Exhale, both hands come down. Left knee comes up. Right foot goes back. Knees down. Hips back. Chin and chest come down for Ashtangasana. Tailbone in the air. Inhale. Cobra. Exhale, pushing into the ground, curling toes under. Down dog. Down dog, want to get that V shape between your legs and your torso. Ears between your elbows. Imagine somebody pulling your hips up towards the ceiling as your chest and forehead are going down towards the ground. Inhale, left leg comes up. 3-leg down dog. Look between your hands, step forward. Right knee down, inhale, arms come up. And exhale, both hands down. Take your right knee up, stepping forward. Slowly coming up one vertebrae at a time. Arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, bringing hands down to heart center. Relax your shoulders. Keep your eyes closed. Relax the muscles in your face. Start focusing on your breath. Imagine you were demonstrating to somebody how to do that Ujjayi breath. How would you teach to them? Is it simply just breathing deep in and out? Is that all it is? How would you explain to them how to regulate the inflow and outflow of the breath? This isn't something you understand just by hearing it once and trying it. If anything, practice makes perfect. Just the sound of the breath is relaxing. Deep inhale. Exhale. So this deep breathing basically hacks into your autonomic nervous system. That fight or flight response gets lessened, and that rest and digest response gets heightened. So the thing that keeps us overactive is becoming less prominent, and the thing we want, the relaxation component, is being strengthened. So that's what our nervous system does. It regulates, it wants balance. Nature wants balance.
when we get lost in our mind, get out of the rhythms of nature. So by doing a deep breathing like this, the nature of the body knows. It self-corrects. But it takes practice, it takes effort, willpower to do the practice to calm the mind. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back. This time we lift up. High lunge. Right leg is straight. Up on the ball mount of your foot. Then lower down that right heel. Right foot's at a 45-degree angle with the side of the mat. Maybe widen your stance a little bit. Take that left foot out towards the side. Now we're in Warrior One. Arms come behind, interlock your fingers. As you inhale, puff out your chest, pull your arms back. Gaze is up. As we exhale, chest comes down on the inside of your left knee. If it feels right, arms come up overhead on the warrior. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, hands come down. Take the right heel up off the ground. And step the left foot back. Now it's your choice to do Ashtangasana or Chaturanga. Chaturanga, we're in a push-up position, plank pose. Keep the elbows tucked in towards your side. Bring your torso forward, lowering down, hovering above the ground. As you exhale, and as you inhale into up dog. So just like extended arm cobra, now we're pushing our thighs up off the ground. Gaze is up. As you exhale, curling toes under. Down dog. And let's pedal those heels back and forth just a little bit. Put a bend in the right knee. Lift the right heel up off the ground. Then same thing on the left side. And go back and forth. Come up on your tippy toes, inhale. As you exhale, bring the heels back down towards the ground. Right heel comes up. Look between your hands, stepping forward with the right foot. Left foot comes out to meet right. And as we come up, inhaling, arms come up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, left foot goes back. As we inhale, arms come up overhead. High lunge. Left leg is straight. Trying to get that 90-degree bend in the right. Lower down that left heel. Widen the stance. Warrior One. Interlock your hands behind. As you inhale, pulling the hands and arms back. Gaze is up. And exhale, humble warrior. Chest on the inside of the right knee. Maybe those hands come up. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down. Left heel comes up. Right foot goes back. Your choice, Ashtangasana or Chaturanga. As you exhale, going down. Inhale, Cobra or up dog. Exhale, curling toes under. Pushing back into downward facing dog. And once again, pedal your heels. Bending the left knee, left heel up off the ground. Isolating the stretch on the right side. And then alternate. Come up on your tippy toes, inhale. Exhale, full expression down dog. Try to get those heels all the way down towards the ground. Ears between your elbows, V shape between your legs and your torso. Free leg, left foot goes up. Look between your hands, step forward. Right foot comes forward, forward fold. As you inhale, slowly coming up. Arms up overhead. And exhale. Hands come back down towards the chest, heart center. Eyes are closed. Face is relaxed. Focus on your job of breathing. Full inhale. Full exhale. Audible inhale. Audible exhale. Put it all together. When the mind tries to assert itself, come back to the task. The task of witnessing the breath. All the saints and sages, thousands of years, made reference to the fact that we are that witness. We are the seer. We are not this body. We're not these monkey minds, the conditioned minds. We are the witness, the Atman, the soul, that which sits back and observes everything dispassionately. Non-attachment to outcome. So what we want to do is start to lessen the effect of that conditioned mind. Stop identifying with the conditioned mind. And the breath is the gateway to move from our roles, from our mind to our soul. We're so busy being somebody throughout our day. Husband, wife, teacher, worker. Put on these roles. We get lost in those physical identities, our roles in society. But we start to let all that go. Accessing that true inner self through the breath. Realize that these identities, these are not the true you. The true you existed before this birth. It will exist beyond this birth. It's eternal. It can never be destroyed. And its only mission is to get towards love, to remember itself as love. And if we get lost in our mind, it's almost like we are learning, but we learn through the hard knocks of life. There are many paths up the mountain. We're all heading there,
Some people take the long route and they circle round and round and round. Keep making the same mistakes, having to learn from those mistakes over and over again, repeating the karmas. And then there's some that want to take the direct path. Because they understand where they're going. And they don't want to waste time. They don't want to waste this precious life. And as they get on their path, they realize that the only thing that is going to help them get there, as Patanjali said, is practice and non-attachment. Learning how to be equanimous with the good and the bad through the practice, training the mind to be in the moment, becoming the yogi that you are. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back. This time we're going to windmill the arms up into a warrior two. So warrior two, the heels are aligned. Right foot still at a 45-degree bend. The hips are towards the side of the mat. Arms are up shoulder height, and the gaze is towards that left extended arm. So we want our hands to be aligned one with the other, which are also aligned with the line connecting our heels. We have a tendency to lean forward. We want our spine to be perpendicular with the ground. Turn that left palm up, reverse as we inhale. And exhale, left elbow, right knee, left knee. Reaching that right arm over. And flow with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch. This time, left arm goes down towards the ground, extended side angle. Trying to stack the shoulders and arms one on top of the other. Gaze is up. As you exhale, right hand goes down. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Strong core, lift yourself back up in warrior two. Straightening the left leg. Lower body does not move. Torso reaches forward as far as possible. Left hand goes down towards the ground. Inhale, right arm goes up. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Shoulders and arms stacked one on top of the other. Pulling that right shoulder back. Exhale, left hand goes down. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Bend back in the left knee. And lift yourself back up, warrior two. And windmill those arms back down to the ground. Bring the right heel up. Left foot goes back. Plank pose, Phalakasana. Strong core. One straight line from your heel, through your tailbone to the crown of your skull. Belly button tucked in towards the spine. Your choice, Ashtangasana or Chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, curling toes under. Down Dog. Inhale, right foot goes up. Between your hands, step forward. Left leg comes forward. Arms come up overhead as you inhale. And exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back. Now windmill the arms up. Warrior two, other side. Try to lower the body down towards the ground. Trying to get that 90-degree bend in the right knee. Always trying to push ourselves, challenge ourselves. When it gets tough, we come back to our breath. Right palm comes up, inhale, reverse. Exhale, right elbow, right knee, stretch. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, stretch. One more. Inhale, reverse. And exhale all the way down towards the ground. Extend the side angle. Shoulders and arms stacked on top of each other. Gaze is up towards that left hand. Left shoulder is being pulled back. Next exhale, left arm goes down. Right hand goes up. Exhale, right arm down. Left arm up. And strong core, lift yourself back up, warrior two. Straightening the right leg. Lower body does not move. Torso moves forward as far as you can. Right hand goes down towards the ground. Very little weight on that right hand, if any at all. Using our core strength to hold our torso up. Shoulders stacked one on top of the other. Next exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Revolve triangle. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Putting the bend back on the right. Pick yourself back up, warrior two. And windmill back down. Left heel comes up, right foot goes back. Building that core strength. Belly button tucked in towards the spine. Hips are not too low or not too high. And then knees go down for Ashtangasana or lowering down as you exhale for Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, curling toes under. Down Dog. Left leg goes up. Look between your hands, step forward. Right foot comes forward. And slowly coming up, one vertebrae at a time. To inhale, arms come up. And exhale. Hands come heart center. And come back to your breath. As the witness, just observe the body now. Take note of your heartbeat, body temperature, maybe a slight perspiration. Sensation of your feet on the mat. Sensation of your hands touching one another. Can you feel the weight of your shirt on your shoulders and back? So it's all these things we normally don't pay attention to
that we can use as anchors, in addition to our breath, to center the mind. So we always need to have some central point of focus, something to reel the mind back to the present moment. If you're looking at a candle flame, a repetition of a mantra, which has in it embedded magical powers through the vibration. Arms come up overhead, inhale. Exhale. Hands come down. Then you can either step or walk your feet back to plank. And we're going to do 3 push-ups. Down 1, down 2, down 3. And then very slowly to count of 5, lowering down to the ground onto our bellies. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your right cheek on the pillow. We're going to take 3 really deep inhales through our nose and exhale out through our mouth. We're going to let all the stress and tension go that built up. Take an inhale. 2 more. Turn your other cheek. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Inhale. Bring your arms out into a T. Feet are glued together. Bring your left palm towards your chest. And then you're going to push into the ground, rolling over like a log. So that right hand can be palm on the ground. I like to imagine I'm holding an ice cream cone and pushing ice cream right into the ground. So my thumb side of my fist is touching the ground. You can stay here if this feels good. Nice shoulder stretch. Open up the lower back. Bring your left knee up. Left foot goes behind right knee. And then that left knee kind of gets pushed back. And as you push into the ground with that left hand, intensifying the stretch. So you should feel a nice stretch where the chest meets the shoulder and a gentle opening of the lower back. And back center. Same thing other side. Put the ice cream cone into the ground if that feels good. Otherwise, palm down. Right hand comes in towards your chest. Roll yourself over. Stay right here if that feels good. Or open up the back. Right foot behind your left knee. And back down center on your belly. So bow pose. Put a bend in the right leg. Reaching back with the right hand, grab your right foot. Same thing other side. As we inhale, you're going to bring your torso up off the ground. Thighs up off the ground. And then your feet and your hands are pulling against each other as if you're pulling the bow, string on a bow, an archer's bow. If it feels good, maybe bring your head to one side, the other. See how the neck's feeling now. See if it's loosened up after the practice. And exhale, coming back down to the ground. Resting your right cheek on the ground. Bring your arms out to the side. Chin and chest come up off the ground. Arms come up. And bring your thighs up off the ground as well. So all the weight is between your waistline and the top of your stomach. Trying to get it so the pressure is just between the waistline and your belly button. Get as much of that torso up off the ground as possible. And next exhale, come down, put your other cheek on the ground. So using your hands, whatever side of your neck is exposed, give yourself a nice massage on that side of the neck. Start where the neck meets the cranium, finding any pressure points, grabbing some skin, squeezing, rubbing. And turn your cheek to the other side. Doing the same thing. So if your right cheek's on the ground, use your right hand. If your left cheek's on the ground, use your left hand. We build up a lot of stress and tension. And oftentimes it gets stored in an area right where the neck meets the cranium, the skull. So oftentimes just a little massage, applying some pressure, maybe doing some deep breathing when you find a nice point where you feel the pain. So you want to release that by holding pressure on it and doing deep breathing. Then once that releases, then you can massage. Practicing self-care. Maintaining these vehicles. It's the best thing we can do. All right. Push yourself back into a child's pose. Deep breathing. Feel your chest and your stomach expand as you inhale. And as you exhale slowly, let your belly button get closer towards your spine. Walk your hands back up towards your knees. Now we're sitting Japanese style. One last stretch for the neck. Take your left hand, touch the ground. Put your right hand on top of your head. Take a deep inhale. Very gently as you exhale, guiding the head down towards the right side. Trying to push the left hand into the ground, which will intensify the stretch. Release the hand, inhale, head comes back up. And take a full exhale. Right hand into the ground, left hand on top of your head. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the head towards the left side. Right hand pushes into the ground. Maybe you're on your knuckles now because you just want to get that hand furthest away from the shoulder as possible. And inhale back up. Bring your chin down to your chest. As you exhale, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And back center. Look over your left shoulder. Over your right. Left. This time, look as far back as you can through your left side of your eye. Back towards the right, same thing, try to look behind you. And come on your backside now.
Bring both knees in towards your chest. Make circles in one direction. And reverse. Extend the left leg, keeping the right knee pulled in towards your chest. And bring that right knee across the left side of the body. Right hand goes out into a T. So keeping the right shoulder and right shoulder blade on the ground. It's not important that the right knee touches the ground. You just want to get a nice rotation. Upper body's going towards the right. Lower body's going towards the left. Extend that right leg out into a T now. Bring that right knee back in towards your chest. And lowering it down to the ground. Left knee comes into your chest, right leg's extended. Using the right hand, bring the left knee across your body. Left arm out to a T. Shoulder and shoulder blades stay on the ground. Maybe turn that head towards the extended left arm. Extend the left leg out to a T. And when you're ready, bring that left knee back in towards your chest. Bring both feet in towards your hips. And we're going to keep our back on the ground. We're just going to lift our hips up. So not a full bridge. Just lift the hips high enough. Imagine you had a string tied to your knees and tied to your chest. You just want to bring your hips up so it touches that string. So one straight line when you're up, from your knees to your thighs, all the way down to your chest. And as you come up, you squeeze your glutes together. Sitting at a computer for too long, this is a great exercise. Build the strength in your lower back, your glutes. And one more. One last time, bring your knees in towards your chest. Rocking side to side. Maybe massaging your back. Grabbing your feet and rocking front and back. And when you're ready, preparing for final resting pose, Shavasana. Eyes are closed. Arms are out to the side. Relax your legs.
So last Tuesday was Hanuman Jayanti, which is a celebration of Hanuman's birthday. So I'm going to chant the Hanuman Chalisa. If you want to be without any noise right now, you can turn the volume down and rest. If you're familiar, you can join me. Shri Gucharana Sarojaraja Nichamana Mukuru Sudare Varano Raghuvara Vimala Jasu Jodaya Kupalachari Buddhahina Tanujanike Sumerom Bhavana Kumar Palabuddhi Vidyande Umohin Haruhukale Savikar Jaya Hanumana Gyana Gunasaga Jekapi Satinu Loka Ujaga Brahmaduta Tulita Baladama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanam Mahavira Bikram Bajarange Kumateniva Sumati Kesangi Kancharavana Biraja Subesa Kandala Kundala Kunchita Kesa Hatha Bajaro Dvaja Biraje Kande Munja Jane Usaje Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandan Teja Pratapa Mahajagabandhan Vidyavana Guniyati Chatur Ramakaji Karibe Koatu Prabhu Charita Sunibe Korasiya Ramalakana Sita Manavasiya Sukshma Rupa Darisiya Indikava Vikata Rupa Dari Lankacharava Bhima Rupa Dari Asara Sangare Ramachandra Ke Kaj Sanvare Lai Sanjiva Nakanajiyae Shri Raghuvir Harashi Urulai Raghupati Kinhi Bahota Banai Tuma Mama Priya Bhanatai Samabai Sasabadandu Maroja Sangave Asakai Shri Pati Kanta Lagave Sanika Dikka Brahmadi Munisa Narada Sharata Saita Ahisa Jamakubera Degapala Jahande Kabiko Bedekai Sake Kahande Tuma Upakar Sungriva Inkina Ramma Milaya Rajapadadina Tumaro Mantra Vibhishana Mana Lankeshwara Vayasava Jagajanu Yuga Sahasra Jojana Palabanu Lilota Himadula Palajanu Prabhu Mudrika Mere Mukamain Jaladilanye Gaya Chadajanain Durga Makaja Jagete Kejete Sugamanu Gratumarete Ramaduare Tumarakovare Otana Agya Binu Pesare Sabasuka Lahe Tumari Charana Tumaraksha Kahu Kodarana Apana Teja Samaro Apetino Loka Honkatangambe Utapisacha Nikatana Hiyawe Mahavira Japanama Sunave Naseroga de Sabapira Japatane Randana Hanumata Bira Sankata Se Anumana Chulave Manakrama Bachana Dhyana Jolave Sabapara Ramata Pasviraja Tinake Kaja Sakala Tumasaja Ora menore te gioco ilave, soia meta giovana palapave, charon yuga paratapa tumara, e paraseja jagatu jiara, sadhu sandake tumara kovare, asarane kandana brahmaduare, ashtase no nidike data, Asavaradina Janaki Mata Brahmarasaya Tumare Pasa Sadara Hora Gupati Kedasa Tumare Bhajana Brahma Kopave Janama Janama Ke Duka Pasarave Andakala Raghuvara Budajai Jahan Janna Hari Bhakta Kahai Ora Devata Chittana Darahi Hanumata Se Sarvasuka Karahi Sankata Kate Mete Sabapira Josumere Hanumata Balavira Jai 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 Hanumana Kosai Kripakarau Gurudeva Kinai Jo Satapara Pata Karakohi Chutai Bandi Mahasukahoy Joya Pari Hanumana Charisa Hoya Siddhisa Ki Gorisa Tulsi Dasa Sada Harichela Ki Jainata Hridaya Mahondera Bhavanatanaya Sankata Haranam Mangala Murati Rupa Ramalakana Sita Sahita Hridaya Basam Surabhupa Bhavana Sutta Hanumana Ki Jai Shri 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 Nim Koli Baba Santa Maharaja Ki Jai Om Baba Ram Das Ki Jai. And when you're ready, bring some movement back in your toes and fingers. And bring your knees back into your chest. And when you're ready, rolling over to one side, fetal position. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, push yourself back up into seated position. So the Hatha Yoga practice, all the movements, all the breathing, to help us keep our bodies supple and strong so that we can sit like this for longer periods of time and connect with the divine, with a straight spine, with a calm mind, going deeper. The goal of yoga is to calm the mind, so we can calm the mind so we can have access to that divine. It's the mind that keeps us, the conditioned mind, the identity with this human body, with all the roles we play in our lives. We need to overcome that. We do that through practice, through the breath training, the awareness training, the Hatha Yoga, repetition of these mantras, which have incredible power embedded in them. We need to find our own way. And if we need help, we can ask for help. The divine is always there. Ask and it shall be received. When a child of God calls out into the dark, God will light up the room in an instant. But we need to have the willpower to ask for guidance, for help. We need to make that decision. Are we just going to live these human lives and that's it? Or we're going to use this life as a means to get to God? It's our choice. Set your priorities. Namaste.